Live from the Great Eagle in Asheville, the Pearl of Carolina, it's the Travis Book Happy Hour. With special guest, Cris Jacobs. The Happy Hour House Band featuring Devin Neal on the drums. And now your host, Travis Book. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Happy Hour. As I just introduced for myself, I am Travis Book, your host for this evening. Usually my good friend Bill comes and MCs, but it's busy in the summer and he's out working. He's got a better paying gig tonight. So I am my own announcer tonight. It's just like it was back in the old days. Welcome to Happy Hour. Tonight we've got the incredible Cris Jacobs here from Baltimore. Yeah. I've been a fan of his for a long time, and I'm part of a growing contingent who cannot understand why Cris is not rich and famous. He's a tremendous musician, a great singer-songwriter, incredibly kind and generous. I first met him on Jam Cruise a few years ago, and I was immediately drawn to his incredibly good vibes. I hit him up on Instagram a few months ago and was thrilled when our calendars aligned and he figured out he could make this happen tonight. We had a killer gig last night in Brevard, and I'm looking forward to playing again this evening. A couple weeks ago, I was in California, and I was at a festival. I was talking with someone who'd seen a lot of these shows. There's a few people who watched a lot of these, particularly during the pandemic. And she was reminding me that early on, I talked a lot about the challenges I was facing trying to keep like an open heart and an open mind in the face of so much negativity and divisive rhetoric. And while the content and the context of all this stuff changes, the challenge continues, as they say. Currently, the topic is gun control and what to do about all these mass shootings. And it's really, if nothing else, it's just really disheartening. And solutions seem really hard to come by. How do we preserve individual liberty while keeping public spaces safe? And there's no obvious solution, at least not to me. I'm not an expert, but it doesn't seem like, as a people, like we're really even like willing to try some things. And it's just more like thoughts and prayers and red herrings like mental health funding. But I think the important thing is just to not give up hope and to not forget. It's easy, you get sort of desensitized. It happens every day. And I think we just need to continue to keep our minds and our hearts open and try to continue to love, because, as Martin Luther King said, hate can't drive out hate. Only love can do that. So that's my hope for tonight. Now I'll play a song. And then I'll say a couple more things, and then we'll get Cris Jacobs out of here. Why we worry, tell me. Why we cry, and tell me. Can we live together without pain? Burdens at our doorstep, burdens in our heart. It's time to let them travel, lay them down. From the tallest mountain down in the lowest valley, we're all asking and we want to know why we're climbing. Tell me why we're falling. Tell me where we're going. Yeah, we want to know. Right. Sunrise. Rise, sun. Rise, sun. We've been hoping there's a new day coming. is not promised, but it's all we know. Can we quantify it? Can we try and name it? Try to fight it while we hold it close, right? Sunrise, rise, sun, rise, sun. That's Devin Neal on the drums. I met Devin yesterday.
Hi.
Maybe like a few hours before the gig, and he's cool.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, you're a hip cat, man.
Wow,
You're incredibly useful. This may not be your last time here, although the gig's not over yet.
Say.
Hey, I got more things I want to talk about. I hope that's okay. It won't take long. You know, I just got back from the Telluride Bluegrass Festival, and it was the 49th edition of the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. It was I think I've been there like 13 times, including when I was 2 years old and my parents took me back in 1983. And I was just there for the day. I almost made it through Willie Nelson, but then I had a meltdown. My dad loves to remind me of that. But it was my 10th time playing there, and I feel so grateful to be part of it. It's kind of like the home of newgrass or jamgrass or new acoustic music. The lineup was really great. They had Tenacious D. That's right. Dick jokes for days. Phil and Friends, Tyler Childers, as well as the usual suspects like Sam Bush and the Punch Brothers and Green Sky Bluegrass. The weather was typical mountain weather with some like blazing hot days in the sun mixed with some summer rains and cool nights. I got to see some good friends, and I played under the lights with my Stringduster brothers, which was very, very nice. My girlfriend Corey and we climbed Mount Sneffels on the way to the festival and soaked in Orvis Hot Springs on our way out. It was like a really perfect and iconic weekend. It just had all the elements. It was so, the reason I tell you is because it was just so good to be back at that festival, seeing friends and doing the normal stuff in the birthplace of the music that I love so much and that I've dedicated my life to. And it reminded me how beautiful this community is, and I just wanted to say that I'm like forever grateful to Craig Ferguson and the entire Planet Bluegrass family for the opportunity to play in that valley. I'll be back next year for the 50th, whether they ask me to be there or not. So big hand to those folks and the kind of work they put in. The other reason I tell you about it is because as I tune down, I think a lot of us spent a lot of us have spent a lot of time feeling isolated. And alone, and now that, we're back from the pandemic times, or like, in like phase 3 of the pandemic. I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore, but it's not like it was. We can all be together, and it's, God, it feels really good to be together. A couple months ago, these very good friends of mine, my best friend, TC, and his friend David, they helped make a music video for this song. And they had to hear this song about 1,000 times in 2 days. You can hear them laughing. They're like, oh, he's going to do it again, isn't he? But I'm going to play this song anyway. Song I wrote during the pandemic. On Instagram, actually, while I was trying desperately to stay connected and not lose my mind. Am I the only one here breathing? Am I the the only one away is mine, the only heart that's beating, though quiet is almost more than I can take. I have painted all these walls, still they haunt me. I have waited for so long, still I'm wanting at night. I wander through my memory of what seem like only passing shows, but still it's only just a reimagining of all that was written long ago. I am lying here in bed, should be sleeping. I am listening instead, get the feeling that I'm not alone. I'm not. I'm not alone. Just the sum of all my wondering. Will I see the beauty in the air? Can I peel away the layers along me? Can I learn to live with all my fears? I have painted all these walls, trimmed to ceiling. I have waited for so long, still the feeling that I'm not. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Thank you. Tonight, because I have no announcer help, he's also part of the house band. Here he comes. Make him welcome, Mr. Cris Jacobs. All right. My man. Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Oh, it was amazing, man. 5 days on the river, no phone. It was epic.
The Travis Book Happy Hour is brought to you by Americana Vibes. More at americanavibes.com. Right. You don't have to applaud. You actually don't have to applaud in this part. I just thought it was funny. Anyway. But that's great. You can. Okay. Listen to Happy Hour media partner WNCW at 88.7 FM or stream live at WNCW.org. If you're enjoying the Happy Hour, please contribute via paypal.me/TravisBook1 or Venmo at TravisBook. Your support is appreciated. The Happy Hour podcast, available everywhere podcasts are found. In fact, just today, episode 2 of our tribute to Tony Rice dropped. It's available everywhere. Apple, Spotify. There must be other places you can find podcasts. It's there too. It's Travis Book Happy Hour podcast. And once again, your host, Travis Book.
Show business, man. Love it.
All right, yeah, So, Cris Jacobs is here. I have some questions I'm going to ask him. Man, thank you so much for making the trip and taking the time.
I'm so glad we finally were able to do this.
Usually I sit on a stool, but I really want to be on your level.
Well,
so I'm gonna get
that's
down
easy to do, man. Just keep going down.
I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna come down here to the sweet spot. So, you played a lot of music. We'll get to that. Give us a little context. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland.
I was gonna say I was gonna ask why did you end up in Baltimore, but that answers my question.
Because I was born there. Yeah.
Did you ever leave?
Went away to college and came back, and it's home. Always has been. Always felt like home. Got family there, and Baltimore's great. Gets a bad rap out there, but it's a great town.
Well, you're definitely helping elevate its reputation.
That's good.
Yeah.
Me and The Wire, I guess.
How did you get started playing music, making music?
My parents were huge music fans, Deadheads, and listened to good stuff in the house. I, of course, hated the Grateful Dead till I was a teenager. And, around that time, I saw a friend playing a guitar once, and I just thought it looked so fun and looked so cool. And I'd always loved music, but never really took it seriously. So I guess I was about 15, and I asked for some guitar lessons, and then went to my first Grateful Dead show and said, yeah, I think I want to do this.
Yeah.
That was it.
So, with parents being Deadheads, did Deadheads go to church? Did you grow up in the church at all?
Nah, I'm Jewish.
Oh. All right.
So no.
Still?
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm overly religious, but yeah. Yeah, no, I grew up totally normal suburban childhood. We talked about this. It's I got nothing dramatic to report to the PR people.
Yeah, we were having
unfortunately.
we were having breakfast this morning and talking about how we're both kind of stricken with the musical misfortune of coming from decent upbringings, decent homes, and never struggling with drug addiction or anything that would be like really newsworthy or make our stories particularly compelling. We're just like really like friendly, middle-aged white dudes.
Yeah. Isn't this an interesting program, by the way? I mean, it doesn't get much edgier than this.
Yeah. So like, how do you like? So how do you wax your beard? I mean, like, where do we go from here? But we just do our best. You can't be anything other than you are, what you are, and that's something else that we kind of arrived at is that you just kind of have to just continue to do what you do, and if you make music and it means something to you, then hopefully it'll mean something to somebody else.
That's it.
Well, your music means a lot to me.
Thank you.
When did you write your first song? When did you start writing music?
I think I dabbled in writing songs before anybody saw them. I think I was in college. And, writing sappy songs that I think I was the only one that ever heard.
Were any of them any good?
No, obviously, no, but they were, I wouldn't ever play them for anybody if I could even remember them. But, you got to start somewhere. And, yeah, so I just started doing it. And then after college, I soon formed the band The Bridge with my good buddy Kenny Liner, and that's really when I started writing songs, taking it seriously, and really trying to keep doing it.
And do you write a lot? Do you write every day?
I don't write every day. I wish I was one of those people that wrote every day.
Like some people would be like, yeah, I'm writing right now.
Yeah, like I've gotten into those modes, where I've done that, and different things work for different people. Usually these days it's more like, okay, I need to write some songs, and it's like a whole frame of mind that needs to shift for me, which is why people say to write every day, so you're just in it all the time. But it's good for me to step away from it too, and writing songs can be emotionally torturous for me, and just
sure.
Just digging into that world and critiquing yourself and everything. So I need to be prepared, and I need to be in the mode where usually a deadline helps, and where it's like, okay, I got to write some songs. What shit is going on in my head right now? Let's get it out. And that's sort of how it goes.
Yeah. Do you ever write with other people?
I have. Back in the Bridge days, Kenny and I collaborated on some stuff, and then it's mostly by myself, but I did a record with Ivan Neville, and that was probably the most co-writing relationship that I have, and we continue to. Over the pandemic, we were passing some stuff back and forth over text and collaborating on lyrics and stuff, and so that was really fun. So yeah, He's one of my few writing partners now, and other than that, I'd like to do it more. I think it's a hard thing to find the right partner for that. I know there's guys in Nashville that sit in a room and have 8 different writing appointments booked throughout the day. And maybe if I was in that zone, I would do that. But yeah, to me, it just you open yourself up so much, and you're so vulnerable. It takes a special kind of vibe between two people to be able to pull it off, I think.
Yeah, well, I was going to pitch you some song ideas, but I don't know if I'm going to.
No, let's do it, yeah. I would love to do that with you. I would love to be doing it more. I have several friends, Paul Hoffman from Green Sky, we talk about it, and I just love to do it more. It's I think just finding the time to sit down and do it,
Yep. I read in, one of the things I do to prepare for these, I read other interviews, of yours. And I found out some interesting shit, actually.
Oh, yeah?
But
well, there is some interesting stuff. That's good.
I read an interview where you were asked about your guitar influences, and the first ones you list are Tony Rice, Doc Watson, Clarence White, Jerry Garcia. These are all bluegrass musicians.
Yeah.
Including Jerry, by the way.
Yeah.
So you're into bluegrass?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I caught the bluegrass bug pretty heavy. Like when I was early on, probably 2 years into playing guitar, I discovered Tony Rice. And that just like blew my mind, and he to this day is my favorite acoustic guitar player of all time. And yeah, I even started playing banjo for a few months, put the guitar down. I was all in, man.
Yeah, I think most of us go through that.
Yeah.
Through that banjo phase, where you're like, you think it's gonna be a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Like I remember walking. I was in college when I was in that phase. It's a good time for it.
Yeah, that's when mine was.
It's a good time for a lot of
Yeah,
phases.
it's a good time for
you
a
know?
lot of things. Yeah. Experimental.
And I remember like walking to class and like working on my forward roll.
Oh, you were
and
that guy, huh?
Oh yeah, and like walking into class with a friggin' banjo, you know, and then realizing, like, I was like, what? I had that moment where I'm like, what was I thinking, you know? Like our dobro player Andy Hall talks about in his college phase. One day he was working for Greenpeace, and he was living in Boston. And this isn't a banjo-related thing, but he realized, he got on the city bus and he realized he had sandals, a full dashiki, and the only thing he was carrying was a macrame pouch with a bowl and weed in it. Like that's all he left the house with to go to work. And he was like, wow, I'm that
It's
guy.
like a dream, yeah.
You know, like I'm that guy.
Yeah.
We all have those moments where you're like, oh man, I've really done it this time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was the guy for a little while that sat like in the stairwell of the dorm just clanging banjo for hours. So
All by yourself.
yeah.
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 Let me just ask you a couple more questions, and then we'll play some more music, or play some music together. You played with so many people. It's like almost kind of borderline absurd. I mean, you played a lot of music with a lot of people. We talk a little bit about that, like about collaborating, what that means to you.
Yeah. No, I've been lucky to mix it up a lot. I mean, I just did some gigs with Green Sky Bluegrass. I've sat in with the Infamous Stringdusters, which is a huge honor. And
It's nice of you to say.
I go down to New Orleans for Jazz Fest, and I have lots of friends down there that invite me to come sit in. And you know, it's the biggest honor you could have as a musician. And I pride myself on, you know, I've never tried to pigeonhole one particular genre, you know, of guitar playing, songwriting, and so it's nice to know that I can just drop into any situation and people trust me to just play, serve the music, and that's what I kind of have always taken pride in, rather than being like a guy who can like impress everyone. It's more somebody who knows how to serve anything that he's playing. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. On that note, why don't we play some music?
Let's do it.
Why don't we do our service
Let's do it.
through the music?
Speaking of, I mean, Travis Book and Devin Neal, they just learned my songs this week, and you'll hear talk about serving the music. It's an honor to play with these gentlemen. All right. Yeah. We're going to start with a song of mine called Buffalo Girl. Buffalo girl in the cold and wind, wondering when summer gonna come again. Walking alone on the old night river, chasing down a butterfly, only catching it 1 in 10 times. And I'm about the same down in Ohio. Tomorrow's another loose seed to sow. Sun come up and go down, honey. Get another chance around. Fill the sky up with the blue, hoping never come down. They say Colorado is just like God was holding on. Find somewhere she can paint her dreams upon. And Barcelona is where you go to fall in love. They still dance every Saturday till dawn. Playing guitar while the tango and twirl. Gonna break your heart on the edge of the world. Buffalo girl. Well, you knew all along, but you didn't hold back. Ain't the heart a mighty thing to knock off the track? But harder than that is to let it die. Pen up and deprived. Ain't it a wonder just to wake up, still be alive? And they say Colorado is just like God was holding on. Find somewhere she can paint her dreams upon. And Barcelona is where you go to fall in love. But they still dance every Saturday till dawn. Playing guitar while the tango twirl. Gonna break your heart on the edge of the world. Buffalo girl. Blessed is love, but damn this curse. Fear of a living life in my birth. Sometimes, baby, I wish I was the one to sit around waiting on nothing but the sun. Well, but that ain't me, and it ain't you too. Both got too much living to do. So don't look back, you know where you're going. Even when you think you don't, you got your compass and your core, baby. You know what for, baby. Find your due north and be on the way tonight. Got your compass and your core, baby. You know what for, baby. Find your due north and be just like those butterflies. Yeah, now, baby, be just like them butterflies, darling. You got your compass sitting right down in your core. Let it fly. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, guys. All right. All right. Yeah. Ready? Time to take it number. Take out anything. Tell me what you want, I'll give you extra. No act is too far to the bank. to your neighborhood. But was a little engine, do I never could. You ever gonna love me? Don't save it till the day I'm good and gone. So let me bring it on, so let me bring it on home. Call on your delivery man. Goodness and gold chain, all the love and peace and their shine. Be it hell on high, water, hurricane, make it to your line on time. And I'll take an airplane, fly over to your neighborhood. Was a little angel, do I never could. You ever gonna love me? Don't save it till the day I'm good and gone. So let me bring it on, so let me bring it on home. Call on your delivery man. You ever gonna love me? I do believe it's too long to wait. You ever gonna love me? Ain't no time to hesitate. You ever gonna love me? Yeah, I got that good, good loving any time of day. If you ever gonna love me, I had to take an airplane, fly over to your neighborhood. Was a little angel, do I never could. You ever gonna love me? Don't save it till the day I'm good and gone. So let me bring it on, so let me bring it on. I wanna bring it on home. Call on your delivery man. Yeah. Right. Yes. How about it for these guys, man? Whew. Yeah, right? These guys learning words and harmonies. And it's wonderful. I want to thank my buddy John Stickley for this fancy capo that he let me use. Yeah,
It's not the only thing we're borrowing from John tonight.
that's right.
We'll get to that later.
His licks.
If only we could borrow
Just
his
kidding.
hair.
I wish I could play like John Stickley.
Did you see that mullet when he came in
Yeah,
here earlier?
that's fierce, boy. Woo.
Yeah.
He looked great. He looked great.
I like to call it a Kentucky waterfall, but he insists it's Colorado Rapids.
Yes.
John Stickley's a good friend of the show. He was my second guest ever. You know, started with the people closest to me during the pandemic and then branched out. Stickley was number 2. He's been on a few of these gigs since then.
If you don't know John Stickley, go listen to him. He's an absolute monster guitar player from Asheville, North Carolina. All right, shall we, guys? 2 for 2.
Let's try it.
Dig a little hole and waiting for the rain. Dig a little hole in the plane. Dig a little hole in the silent, honey in the sun and a doll in the dirt, sugar in the cane. Raise a little sand and scatter a little dust. 2 strong hands and a gale and a gun. Raise a little sand and awaken the wind. Shivers down on the dust and skin, revel in the run. Make a little sound of a woman and a drum, a 1-string band, one simple and strong. Make a little sound of an angel's choir, singing up the cellar gold one time with a holler and a horn. To the high heaven with the hollering on. give a little more, and take a little less. Surrender the score and leave it for the rest. Give a little more, simply for the sake of a heavy heart. Bring it on back to the place we started from. Give a little more, maybe there's some way we can bottle it up for the boy. Sing it to the high, high heaven and give it rain. Oh, to the holler and a horn. Oh, 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 oh. Nice work, nice work.
All right, 3 for 3.
Yeah, of course.
We're doing a solo thing now?
You can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna solo it up.
Your hands on the R&B, baby. Yeah, solo too. I might need to plug it. Let me tune it up first. Yeah, I was gonna tune it up right now. Well, I can tune it up for you if you want. Is there anything you'd like to tell the folks?
Well, this is a portion where Travis has had me play a few by myself, and I might have had a different plan, but you know, I was moved by your monologue at the beginning of the program today, and just, you know, Travis Book is a righteous dude and one of those kind of people who isn't afraid to speak his mind and use whatever platform he may find himself to try to do good and speak some truth. So I appreciate that about you, buddy. And yeah, you can give him a hand for that. You know, because there's a lot of people out there that maybe don't want to hear that when they come to see a show. You could plug me in because I don't have a
You need this.
a DI, yeah.
You know, I try to keep it like non-confrontational. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not like trying to cause any problems.
Of
or
course
get anybody
not.
to walk out.
No, of course.
I'm
So
not in the
hopefully
walkout
nobody.
business.
So I mean, I'm going to do this song. Hopefully nobody walks out. You know, but you know,
It's all right. I'll keep track and I'll deduct it from your pay.
yeah. I've been told to shut up and sing on occasion, but you know, so I decided to just write a song instead that I think speaks a lot of things that were on my mind. This is a style of music called a talking blues, kind of inspired by the Woody Guthrie, Bob Dylan. Anyway, I decided to speak my mind about some things that were important to me. So I wrote a talking blues song about it. So I'll present to you the Talking NRA Blues. See, back in 1871, when the Civil War was good and done, a couple of Union generals, Burnside was one, were still kind of bummed about something. See, it was nice and all to win the war, but the truth was his marksmen had been pretty horrible, using a gun called the smooth bore, and all of them weren't known to be too efficient. They were kind of lacking in precision. It was kind of an issue that needed fixing. In fact, their accuracy was so pathetic, about 1 in 1,000 was the number they said, that a shot that was fired actually made someone dead. No way to run a real country. So to try to save America from humiliation and to keep up with the rest of the developed nations, they formed the National Rifle Association under the time the actual assumption it'd be a sports club for hunting and gun instruction. And not for nothing, but back then they even wanted control of them. See, they viewed the right from which it was based in the frontier survival of the early days, when a man had to protect himself in wide open space, duty not to be played with or wasted. Till the 70s, they stayed pretty true to that mission, sport, skill, history, and tradition, till two guys named Carter and Knox had a vision to do away with all that business. See, any control of a gun was too much. A slippery slope, they thought, maybe the cusp of a full confiscation of guns, so they mustn't put any rules up to disrupt what our forefathers trusted we'd understand justly, even after roughly 100-year cycle since them old pump rifles. But still, they'd be damned if they'd ever submit to a hypothetical tyrannical government. After all, they didn't trust the people running it, so they thought, let's just give them some money to lobby against legislation intended for ex-cons and mentally unstable men, and really anyone having laws they'd need to bend to get whatever weapon they wanted. Couldn't be stunted. Didn't even matter if they hunted or how many rounds per minute the gun did, 'cause it's all green in the middle, sonny. Well, and then came old Moses himself, Charlton Heston, and a fella named LaPierre as the new vice president, and the politicking got even more aggressive. After all, they had to protect their investment. A lot of cash to be made in patriotism, so they swapped out militia with the word individual, preached it was every man's God-given will to be vigilant to the red, white, and blue. Never mind if there's maybe a loose cannon or two, or some loner decides that what he ought to do is take it out on some folks with a shiny and new unregulated AR-15. So shiny and clean, such a fine machine. 'Cause when the news breaks, they'll just offer up a couple of thoughts and prayers, wait for some sales to double, blame it on the TV or the liberal judges or some video games if they gotta. 'Cause now's not the time to get soft after all, with so many enemies great and small. You'd surely better be quick on the draw. In fact, buy them all up if you wanna. They might be coming for your mama, Barack Hussein Obama. So let me just say, shooting's fun, I can dig it, but so's driving fast. That's why there's a speed limit, 'cause otherwise what's to stop someone from giving it gas as they go through a school zone? Speaking of schools, I'd prefer if I knew that my daughters could go there without bulletproof in their backpacks, that they could sit back in the cafeteria and snack real relaxed like, without having to worry about the attack of the incel with the holograph sight. And one more thing I just can't grapple with is how there's a 1.2 gun per capita. That means more than one gun for every single inhabitant, like all 300 million people. More than one gun for each of them. Now, I'm no mathematician, but that kind of division seems unreasonable. 'Cause all that it takes is a couple of loose screws and a dose of some 24/7 cable news and a regular old case of the Monday blues, and boom, there goes a neighborhood. And thanks to guys like LaPierre and Knox, the sports club don't care about how good a shot you are, or if there's maybe a red flag to spot to think maybe you just might not need one. But what's a school kid or two between them? The price of freedom. So I can respect that you might have a family that you'd like to protect if things ever got gnarly, and I support that fully and wholeheartedly. But man, do we need the whole army? 'Cause there we were in the year 2020 with the GOV''T acting funny, secret police in the streets, and not one of you seem to be reaching for your peace. I guess all that "don't tread on me" stuff and such is a talking point that you can use as a crutch to not have to say that you just love guns so much. If that's the case, I get it, trust me. It's not enough to justify upwards of hundreds of thousands of deaths in this country. And how about the constitutional scholars that live and die by the words of our forefathers, but when the time comes seemingly can't be bothered if peaceful protesters get shot up? As long as they're not us, the real patriotic desperados, sitting on our cold dead hands. So I'm guessing my point, to keep a short story long, somewhere the old NRA got it wrong. The original intent to keep our soldiers strong and prepared just went out the window. To cash in and become a lobbying arm for more and more guns, no matter the harm. But man, we're a long way from back at the farm, so we might need to rethink the system. I ain't saying I got the wisdom, just saying. If the mark was a deer for which they thought they needed some real military precision, I think they missed it. The Second Amendment is only one sentence, and the word regulated is hard to forget. But I guess LaPierre and old Moses C. Heston, Oliver North, and the whole damn rest of them couldn't care less if you pass any tests or have crimes to confess. They consider it best. Let them possess, build the war chest, make them all think that they're being the best they can be to suppress the hypothetical, tyrannical government of the U.S. of A. Because happiness is warm gum. Happiness is warm gum. Happiness is warm gum. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. You know, if you watch these live streams without the sound and they do the closed captions, I wonder if anybody was doing that.
You got their work cut out for them.
Yeah. All right, how about some cigar box guitar? Yeah. Everyone's favorite portion of the show.
Because it's cool.
It is cool.
It's cool, man. See, you're not just some average middle-aged white guy. You're the middle-aged white dude with the cigar box, man. You gotta.
It's true.
You gotta take hold of whatever makes you unique. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad you brought that box.
Hell yeah. The seek and a find on in the name of easy come and easy go, merry-go-round of mine. Step right up, get you while you can, alligator hooker in the candle, pretty lights junkie like a Malta can, I'm buzzing around a flame. Step right up, get it while it's hot. Anything you want under the big top. Bang, bang, monkey with the soda pop, beating the drum all day. Lost in the maze, all the love and the truth. Tossed out in lazy religion, that easy come, easy go, sugar for some sweet tooth. Step right up, get you while you can, alligator hooker in the candle, red lights junkie like a Malta can, running around a flame. Step right up, get it while it's hot, anything you want under the big top. Bang, bang, monkey with the soda pop, beating the drum all day. I do believe it is a thing
first last full play. Everybody speed day, catch it with the quick bait. Hook, line, sinker, ain't no need to think about it. Anything you want, you got it down at the spot of your gate. Gotta try to catch it with the shoulder tension deficit. Ain't no need to preface or prove it. I cross-reference it, just hit 'em with the shine on the front. Now I make a sign, I had to worry about a way. Step right up, get you while you're here. Alligator hooker in the can to me. Pretty lights chugging like a motor can, rolling around the flame. Step right up, get it while it's hot. Anything you want under the big time. Bang bang monkey with the soda pop, beating the drum all day. Have to believe, have to believe.
Is it all right if I ask Chris a few more questions before we go back to going crazy again? Just a few. So, Chris, that was fun, by the way.
Yes, it was.
What is it? What is it? What is it you're trying to do with your music? Are you trying to enlighten? Are you trying to entertain?
Yeah.
What's your mission?
All of those things. You know, it's. I think what I like about any art is just sort of like when it opens up into some sort of portal where it's not necessarily telling you what to think or spelling things out for you, but just opening your mind into a space where you then can explore your own being. And that's sort of the meta new age description of it. But, you know, I feel like by the act of seeing somebody get enraptured in art, or a piece of art that was birthed out of an honest intention, I think that inspires indirectly anyone who comes in contact with it. And so that's what art's done for me. It's like by listening to certain music, reading certain books, looking at certain art, and then being able to like manifest that in my own way, it's into something inspirational. I think it's just this cycle that's why art is so essential. It's not just, you know, a one night out where you're boogieing down. I mean, that's all great, but just what you take away from it and how you manifest that in your own life. So, if that makes sense, that's what I'm going for anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
What are you
trying to do, man?
Yeah, I like what you're trying to do there. What do you find is what's your biggest challenge as a musician and as a creator?
Just writing songs is never easy for me, you know. So just evolving as an artist and trusting myself. You know, any artist that's doing honest work would hopefully tell you that. Just, you know, because it's when you write it's like every time I sit down to write a song, it feels like I'm never going to ever write another song again. I mean, you know that feeling where like you have a great show, and then it's the next day, and can you do it again? And just trusting yourself to put forth the right intention, and that's really all I can control. So, but that's the hardest to deal with, I guess, is when you're making a career out of art, since there's so much at stake. being able to keep the honest intention and to stay in the right place and still produce. You know, that's sort of the what I guess separates the men from the boys.
Yeah.
Or women from the girls.
Yeah. From the doing it from the not doing it.
Yeah, it's luckily it's still challenging and just totally mind-boggling to me every time I sit down and try to create new work. Just where to start, where to go, and I hope it never stops challenging me. I mean, I think I've gotten better at the thing of trusting myself and trusting that if I just control what I can control and put forth the right emotions and intentions, that hopefully good things will come out. But until it does, it's like until the bitter end of a record being completed or a song being completed, it's like I have nothing. Okay, I'm done. You know, like it's sort of the way it is. But
when you write a song like that last tune, Big Top, when you finish it, do you just know? Like, did you know? Like, you finished that song and you were like, yes. This is like, I did it. I fucking
sometimes,
did it.
yeah. Sometimes I knew that one would be like a fun banger to play live, and you know, it's a fun one. But yeah, there's some that surprised me that you know, you think is track 7 on the record, just that you needed another song, and it ends up being the one that lasts the longest. And you know, that's the beauty of it, though. Like we were talking about before, it's like time will take care of whether or not it's good, you know. And it's being able to put it out there and you know, hope that people get where you were coming from, and you know. So not always. Once in a while, it's like but not always.
Yeah, there's kind of like, for me, there's almost like 2 levels where like I'll complete something and I'll be like, I think this is ready for public consumption, and I feel good about it. There's other times that I finish something and I'm just like psyched to have finished it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, totally.
And like I don't even know like what my bandmates are gonna think about it. They probably aren't even gonna like it.
Right.
Like I wrote a Christmas song the other day, and I mean.
Yeah.
Even just like thinking about it makes me so happy. But I played it for my bandmates, and they're kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know what we could do with that. I'm like, no, it's amazing.
Yeah, man. I just finished making a record a couple months ago, and I went into a totally different. I was working with a producer, Brad Cook, and I just sort of stripped away all the past expectations that I'd always had going into records. I stripped away like the feeling of needing to check whatever boxes I needed to check for a record, and just tried to write songs that needed to be written in that moment. Half the record was written right in the week that I recorded them, and there was a couple that I was like, yeah, this is like, I wrote it in the night before, brought it in and showed it to everybody, and it was like, yeah, let's do that. That's just as good as anything you've done. So, you know, it's
that's a good feeling, isn't it?
It is, and you know,
yeah.
so it's so yeah. Sometimes, you know, and it's all about getting out of your own way. You know what I mean? It's all about just like letting it happen, guiding it, letting it happen, guiding it. You know, zoom in, zoom out, drive yourself crazy, repeat.
I was reading in interviews with you, the word love comes up a lot when you're talking about your band and collaborating and making music. You know, without sounding like Tina Turner, what's love got to do with it?
Yeah.
Like, how does that? What does that mean to you?
I mean, music, collaborating with people, it's business, but it's so much more than that, and that's when you're lucky enough to find a situation where you get to play music with people that you actually love. It just makes the whole experience so much more worthwhile, and I think people that are listening to it can feel that. You know, you can tell when you see people who kind of hate each other on stage playing or going through the motions, but you know, I genuinely love the people in my band, and it's sort of a prerequisite, you know, to be in a band with people that you love. You're spending a lot of time with them, and it just, you know, all of that indirect, abstract energy, other than the music, it's all a part of coming together and being vulnerable together and creating together and trusting each other. So yeah, it's hugely important. Hugely important. Like if I don't like somebody or somebody doesn't like me, even if you know they're the greatest musician in the world, like I'm okay. just, us going in our own lanes, Not that I have any enemies out there, but I'm just saying that's just as important to me as how well somebody can play.
Yeah, and you can feel that right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people I think are a little more sensitive to that.
Yeah, I mean, I do love people who I wouldn't be in a band with because they're not good, but but I love them anyway. So I guess love works whether you're in a band or not.
It works in every way.
Every way.
It's all there is. All right, I call this the lightning round, but don't feel like it's not like one-word answers.
Okay.
You can elaborate if you want. It's not like we got a time limit or anything.
All right.
Speed round, lightning round. Ready?
Yeah.
What's something you learned from your father?
How good the Grateful Dead is.
Man, I wish my dad had taught me that. I had to find that out on my own. What's something fatherhood has taught you?
To be selfless.
Yep, that's the only way to do it. Why do you get up in the morning?
Because life is beautiful, and I have a wonderful family, and there's music to be made, and I love, a family to take care of and feed.
Yeah.
I kind of have to.
What color is your front door?
We just moved. We painted it black.
You painted your own front door black.
Uh-huh.
Bold strategy.
It's a yellow house.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I got it now.
We just moved, so I had to think about it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you'd painted it yourself. You answered the question.
No,
for
I
me?
didn't paint it myself. No, I did not. Yeah, I did not. Yeah.
What's the most important thing?
Oof. Lightning round question, huh?
I think it all it means is that my question is short, but the answer can be long.
The most important thing to me is my family. Yeah. And I think that's the most important thing in life.
Just a couple more. What do you hope for?
I hope to keep playing music for a living and feed my family. That's really all I can ask for at this point. I'm 44. I don't think I'm going to be a pop star at this point. Probably not. Right?
You don't want that anyway.
Well,
Yeah, you'll be fine. We'll take care of you.
Yeah. So I just,
we'll keep listening to you.
I haven't had a day job in 20 years, and I play music for a living and support a family. So that's what I hope to keep doing for the rest of my life.
Is there anything that you're afraid of?
Not being able to play music for a living and having to go get a real job.
Okay, and I think I already know the answer to this. My final question, what is it that makes you happy?
I mean, there's so many things, but I hate to keep going back to it, but when my family is taken care of, it feels like, and things are working, and there's a few bucks in the bank. I mean, really, I'm a simple guy. You know what I mean? At this point, that's really what I hope for. Fame and fortune would be nice, but I'll take that.
Yeah, that's much more important. That's Cris Jacobs, everyone. Shall we rock? Are we rocking? Or are we doing a segment? Is it a thing? Thompson guitar thing? Oh, yeah. That's what we're doing. Thanks for reminding me. All right, we'll take a short break. We'll take a short break now for our sponsor, Thompson Guitar. The great thing about this break, though, is that you still get to hear Cris Jacobs play guitar. Oh, sorry. Hang on. The Travis Book Happy Hour is supported by Thompson Guitars, makers of fine instruments handmade with love in Sisters, Oregon. The crew at Thompson carries on Preston's legacy with handcrafted guitars enjoyed by some of the finest players on the scene, including Cris Jacobs right now. More at pktguitars.com. You can view this and every Happy Hour episode and the Season 1 podcast anytime at thetravisbookhappyhour.com. Select recordings from Season 1 are featured on the Happy Hour House Band Volume 1 album and can be found where you listen to music. The Happy Hour returns August 24th. I don't know who the guest is. But we'll be here. Someone will be right there. And now, back to the show. Yes. Thank you. I like it.
Show business.
Yeah, kind of.
Paying bills.
Mostly show, not so much business.
All right. How about a Carolina song? This is a song that has nothing to do with the weather today. It's called Cold Carolina. It's a scorcher down in western North Carolina today. Y'all ready? South 85, gray fog and mills run down. Felt good to drive through the Black Mountain rain, where the smell of the evergreen lets me reminisce on easy days gone, where the freeze never felt like this. Cold Carolina can't shake the chill this time. One day we'll find all our angels and make all the pain disappear a while. Sound of my voice could have said everything. I had no choice but to tell all the truth that we've been holding in too long, I guess. Oh, but here's to the might of our fragile frame standing the test. Whoa, go Carolina and shake the chill this time. One day we'll find all our angels and make all the pain disappear a while. But you're always dancing. I come to you
Somewhere out here is a quiet so still. Clouds they will clear, and Lord knows I will. Pardon the sentences that I made myself serve, and bask in the warmth of a simple daylight I deserve. Whoa, North Carolina, can't shake the chill this time. One day we'll find all our angels, make all the pain disappear. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate you. When's my birthday? May 21st. Ah.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Ah.
One of those. Oh, man.
Oh boy. Make your judgments now.
Ah, not Gemini. Talk to myself all day long. Well, it's good to be back at the Gray Eagle. I love this place. Used to play back here in the Bridge days. Yeah, always feels nice. I love Asheville. Love coming to this town. We doing ghosts, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Will you tell us?
All right, this is a song from my last record. It's about the good spirits that are left behind in the world from the people that may not still be here. It's called The Ghost of Evangeline. Thought I could tell the voice of John heard while the wind whistled up on the dirt, like a man behind the curtain telling good news in rhyme. In the hum of the static dust, I heard the faint reveling of old bell busking hard on the pavement of some part of a long lost lifetime. All of them lonely about their day, singing along in secret ways. What lingers on among the light that stays unseen are the ghosts of Evangeline. Heard a grandmother laughing, I swear, through the chimes of the morning air, blowing past the open window where precious namesake sleep. In those wild angel dreams she'll stay,
where the matriarchs of ancient gods prey on all things good in our days to comfort and keep all of them long lived out their time, singing along Evangeline. What lingers on among the light that shines unseen, all the ghosts of Evangeline, of Evangeline. As we bid a fond farewell to a little blackbird that flew and fell, let's imagine what a soul would tell if we let ourselves hear it. All of them long lived out their time, singing along Evangeline. All of them long lived out their time, singing along Evangeline. All of them long lived out their time, singing along Evangeline. What lingers on among the light that shines unseen, are the ghosts of Evangeline, of Evangeline. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, Evangeline.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah. All right. Well, Western North Carolina is near and dear to my heart. Me and my family love this part of the country, and we come here at least once a year. We even named our dog Boone. And Boone was the best. He's no longer with us, but I wrote a song inspired by him. It's called Mama Was a Red Bone. Mama was a red bone, Daddy was a long-haired Labrador. But it was a big head, you know them right, they won't let 'em run. Daddy was a Capricorn, I was a wandering boy. Mama was a red bone. Daddy caught a hot scent, took off running for the new is gone. Don't know if he ever caught him, or if he ever really thought of mama. Hiding on some back lawn, yeah, burning for another taste. Daddy caught a hot scent. Whoa, and he said, I don't want no collar round my neck, round my neck. Don't you take it too personal, mama. If I find the next damn way that I can never make it home again. Mama was a red bone. Thought I told the raccoon better quit poking his funny little head. They weren't any good one generation would have done. And I had to chase him down, but I never did make it home. Thought I told the raccoon find me hitting knees, let me on the feet, leave me on the leash, running circles in a time. Don't really know how, but if I ever do figure it out, well, I'm gonna be gone, say burning for another taste. That was a red bone. Well, she said, I don't want no collar round my neck, round my neck. Don't you take it too personal, mama. If I find the next time when that I can never make it home again. Mama was a red bone. Yeah, and mama was a red bone. Was a red bone. Was a red bone. Mama was a red bone. Yeah. You gotta tell the story. Huh? You gotta tell the way story. It's so good. You don't have to. Well.
Watching tonight.
I'm gonna do one more. Take a real short break for our sponsors before we come back for our final tune. Has been nice being here tonight with Chris.
Thank you for having me, Travis. I really appreciate you, buddy.
You're the man.
Yeah. All right. Did you want to say something? You shouldn't. I wasn't going to shush you. If you want to say it. What's that? Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You must be an Aries. I'm an Aries. That's why it's really funny. Fucking Aries.
Help me, babe, I think that I'm falling. Aimless arms reaching for nothing. Push myself out till I'm nowhere. Only me and all my storm. 'Cause I don't wanna be all alone. I don't wanna be all alone. And you are the only way I can see clearly now. Be my stars when my ship is sailing. I'm lost in the darkness and my sight is failing. Be my stars when the midnight blinds me. The closer you are, the further you find me. Whoa. Too wrapped up in my illusion to see with my very own eyes all of the infinite beauty in the simplest of design. Oh, but without your constellation, I see only empty space. Oh, and life forever be wonderful if I had in your grace. further you are, the further you find me. Whoa. Be my star, be my star. Want you to light my way whenever I'm drifting on, whenever I'm sailing in the dark now, baby. If ever I fall, I want you to find me now. Want you to light my way, want you to find me, be my star, be my star, oh, be my star, be my star, be my star.
Thank you so much. That's Cris Jacobs, Devin Neal on the drums.
Sure.
All right, t-shirts sporting the happy hour motto, "It's okay to be happy." Available now at the TravisBookHappyHour.com. The Travis Book Happy Hour is written and produced by Travis Book. Sound engineer is Andy Eubanks. Video produced by John Zara. And I am AVL. The Happy Hour is made possible through the generous support of viewers and listeners like you. You can contribute anytime at paypal.me/TravisBook1 or Venmo Travis Book. The entire Happy Hour family would like to thank you for your support. That's right. I'm having an awesome time, if you can't tell. And now, back to the show. Yes. All right, we're going to do one more. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks, Cris, for being here.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, I look forward to announcing my next guest. I'm sure the Gray Eagle looks forward to that, too. But I'm sure it'll be a doozy, and we hope you mark your calendar for August 24th. You'll know it because my name will be on the marquee. Yeah. Thanks, Jason.
All right.
Getting me some brand new shoes tomorrow. Hard for the rhythm that I'm walking, bound from the dusty ground. Red from the east by west end. Well, Oklahoma, another goodbye again. When I took off, I was gone, gone like a turkey running through the corn. Just like a chapter closed, hidden in the closet with the skeletons and the gold. They're going down the highway soon, while I'm having at the Cajun moon. Sound the bells, circle the wagon and roll, watch red road. If Nashville to call my name, I'm the devil, old Jesse James. Sound the bells, circle the wagon and roll, watch your red road. Roll out your red road. Rather meet a stranger than a friend. If I never had, I never could depend. Anybody but myself to serve. Used to get 100 by the cow. Used to shave my head for nerve. Holding on to now 10 runs through. Got a cold black slate and another 9 to booze. Down to Mexico, cross the river down the way, but life ain't done. Maybe pick up to Guadalajara, maybe in a day or two, maybe tomorrow. We're going down the highway soon, while I'm howling out the Cajun moon. Sound the bells, circle the wagons and roll out your red road. If Nation was to call my name, I'm the devil, old Jesse James. Sound the bells, circle the wagon and roll out your red road. Roll out your red road. I'm a little Indian boy. I'm a little Indian boy, ain't got no home. I'm a little Indian boy. I'm a little Indian boy, ain't got no home. pick up and move on. On my way to get up to walk and move it on down the road. Some call me a church-out sinner. Some call me graveyard saint. Call me anything that you wanna call me, the devil or Jesse James. Call me a church-out sinner. Call me a graveyard saint. Call me anything that you want to. Call me the devil or Jesse James. Call me a church-out sinner. Call me a graveyard saint. Call me anything but you wanna. Call me the devil or Jesse James. Call me the devil or Jesse James. Call me the devil or Jesse James. Devin Neal on the drums, everybody. Travis Book. I'm Cris Jacobs. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We hope you have a good night. We'll see you soon. Be well to each other. Be kind. Keep that chin up.